Get him, Applesauce. Get him, Graham. Get him. Get him. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Get him. Get him, Graham. Good boy. Go, go, go. All right. Great way to start the video. Graham versus Applesauce. Absolute mad melee. Definitely going to get this one flagged for animal cruelty. Dog fights. Cat fights. Just kidding. That is cute and it's playful. I do not know if the YouTube algorithm understands sarcasm, but I hope it does. Anyways, what's going on, guys? We're getting ready for 6 or 7 days straight of below freezing weather, which is a huge deal for our area. So you already know, if you've been following along with us, that we did not do much at all as far as gardening this winter. We decided to take a page out of nature's playbook and be restful. What we did do is a lot of cover crop, and what we are doing now, instead of trying to salvage the last few crops that we have, is we are going to let them struggle. We're going to see what happens, and our main crop is kale and mustard, so they might fare very well. But for the time being, I think we're just going to harvest everything we can, just in case it doesn't go so well the next few days. Hey, yo, mommy, yo. What's going on? Come do what? If she gets her feet wet?
Yeah, she keeps trying to puddles.
Okay, that sounds fun. Okay, tell us what you're doing. What do we got going on?
We're harvesting pretty much all the kale and mustard because the hot freeze kill it all. So we're gonna harvest it all and try to sell it to one of the 3 restaurants that buys from us.
Can I get one of the 3? Can I get another take of that? That was awesome.
One of the 3 restaurants that buys from us.
Wow, people love it. They gotta love it.
Put this thing in the water. That's your job, cameraman.
Well, I'm also trying to film this epic dog fight. That also has a kitten in it. Yeah, so that's what we got going on today. Mom plucking some kale, baby eating some kale, Jeffrey supervising it all.
Hey, get her.
So cute.
You're standing on my kale, missus. Thank you. So it's really cold out here, so I was just harvesting it all and putting it in one, and then I figure we'll sort it inside.
Sounds good to me.
Cameraman?
I'm more than a cameraman.
Okay. And baby protector?
Okay.
If her feet are wet, you're doing this by yourself.
Okay. Stop.
So I'm kind of just getting a feel for what the growth potential of the plant is, and then parting the rest. These ones are actually super thick, so I'm gonna have to do it in a few chunks, but then I'm just like ripping them off. We're going for speed because the odds of all these surviving the hard freeze is pretty low anyway, so there's not really a reason to be like super gentle. But this kale is all perennial, so it will come back even if this freeze kills it. Alright, we're just using the wagon.
Did you spit your kale out?
So there's our active potential. But yeah, this is way faster, obviously, than going through and just picking.
Now hold those leaves up so for some perspective. You see the leaves next to your head, girl.
They're very large. And then we'll sort through, and everything that's yellow or wind blown or anything we'll give to the chickens or use for ourselves if it's decent. And then anything that's really pretty, which it looks like it's going to be most of it, anything that's really pretty we will bunch up and try to bring to restaurants. Man, you are doing great.
you got there, bud? You eating a piece of kale?
I don't know what I'm planning. Look how naked the kale looks. Naked. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the bigger leaves have more water. But the last winter we had a hard freeze. What I noticed was the smaller leaves actually did a better job at surviving. The big ones would get all floppy and then just die. So hopefully all the leaves left on the kale will survive. And if they don't, they don't. And at least we got this much.
This is a lot of kale. I think we're gonna have a hard time selling all of this kale right now.
You think?
I think so.
Well, try.
Yeah, we'll always
don't
try.
have an oven big enough right now for me to make kale chips, so our oven's like this big. It has one shelf for now.
And just for some added context for everyone as well, this is a third of a 100-foot row. So this isn't even a whole row of production of kale. This is just a small sample of what kind of production and what kind of abundance you could put out on a very, very minor level.
But also normally you wouldn't be taking all of it at once, so it wouldn't be overwhelming like this. You would be doing, you know, like this section when you need it. And it'd be kind of a cycle of harvesting with kale and with leafy greens. But the only reason we're taking this much at once is because it will probably not survive.
And also the restaurants we do have relationships with would rather have one big order coming through less frequently than a couple of handfuls or bunches that they can't really use for their specials.
So last time we brought kale, they did ask, remember, if we had more, so maybe this is our chance. So this is pretty funny. Nestled underneath one of these larger mustard plants was the world's tiniest leftover watermelon. Later maybe we'll cut it and see what's going on, but look at it, looks perfectly fine. It even has a little yellow spot. It's just really small. Funny. So I'm about halfway done with the mustard. I did the purple mustard first. I'm gonna do the green next. Basically what I'm doing is going through, oh, that's a terrible angle. There we go. I'm going through, I'm thinning it out to just one or maybe two plants that are strong. And then I'm gonna go back through the ones that I did choose to survive and take the outer leaves that are touching the ground. Basically anything that's below, parallel to the ground, I will pull. Or actually, I'll probably go even more liberal than that because of the freeze that's coming. But I did do a little side quest. Don't tell my husband I did a side quest. I was supposed to be quick. But this is the third year that we've planted broccoli on time, and then a freeze came before it could even broccoli. So I'm trying to save that broccoli. Let me show you. And this is an option for when you want to try to save something in the freeze. You can bury it really, really deep in straw or hay. I could have maybe even gone a little deeper and then soak that straw or hay, because then the cold temperatures will freeze the water in the hay before it freezes the water in the plant. So I buried this broccoli pretty high in straw, and then over there where you see some little mounds of hay is where I harvested romaine and then insulated all the little stumps of romaine, hoping they'll come back. But yeah, that's an option. And then if I really wanted to go hard with trying to protect these guys, I could cover them in plastic or felt or something like that. I'm not gonna go that crazy. If they live, they live. If they die, they die. That's from Rocky 4, the best Rocky. Drop in the comments what you think the best Rocky movie is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch them. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. I have finished just in time. It's starting to get pretty chilly and the sun is going down over here in the west. But I'm pretty warm in this jacket. Columbia, if you're watching this, please sponsor us. Here is the yield. I'm going to go inside and sort out the not so good leaves and the small ones and the large ones. Hi, Graham. And we will try to sell some of it and use some of it. And then the not so good stuff goes to our chickens and maybe some to our reptiles.
Welcome to the RV. You are in the RV. It is almost midnight, and my beautiful wife is still sorting perennial kale. You asked for it, you got it. Here it is, after hours with Heart and Harvest Homestead.
Sorting the kale.
So you say you want to be a homesteader.
This is the last of it though.
So you say you want to be a farmer, but
Did you know we'll be sorting kale
for hours. Literal hours.
medium or large?
Okay guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. Here it is. This is the total haul for mustard and kale before we get some big cold weather. It is a lot, it's a lot of product. We have to weigh it in increments. So there'll be another video that I'm gonna stitch together right here. But we just sold 4 big bags and we're gonna get the weight on that. We're gonna get the rest of this in the fridge. We'll get a total weight shortly after and I'll hit you with the overall haul and harvest. But it's pretty cool. We're really excited. We love this perennial kale and all of the color morphs, all the variation therein, and all the mustard is super beautiful. The old lady sorted it by size and by color. And I'm really excited because we have a lot of these small kales and a lot of these small mustards for us to work with for our own culinary stuff. All our sleepy heads, it's almost time for bed. But when the morning comes, you'll have some greens to nom.